Let me ask you something honest. How many times have you told yourself, next month, I'm going to figure out how to make extra money? Next month, I'll start. Next month, when things settle down. And then next month came and went, and you're still in the same spot. I'm not saying that to judge you. I'm saying it because that was me, sitting at home, no income of my own, watching other people talk about money online and thinking, okay, but how does that actually work for someone like me? Someone who doesn't have startup capital, someone who doesn't have a business degree, someone who's just trying to figure it out from scratch. Here's what nobody told me at the beginning, and what I want to tell you right now. You do not need money to start making money. What you need is information, and the right moves in the right order. That's exactly what we're breaking down today. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you're going to see your situation completely differently. So let's be real about what's happening out here. The cost of living is up. Salaries are not keeping pace. And the traditional idea that you go to school, get a job, and that job takes care of you, that model is breaking down in real time. More and more people, especially women, especially young women, are realizing that waiting on one income source is a risk they can no longer afford. But here's where people get stuck. They go online looking for answers, and they find two things. Either someone selling them a course for $500 on how to make money, or someone showing off a lifestyle with no real explanation of how they got there. Neither of those things actually helps you. What actually helps you is understanding the mechanics. How does money move? What skills translate into income? What can you start today? Not in theory, but in real life, with zero capital. That's what Wealth Decoded is built for. And that's what this conversation is about. We're going through real side hustles, the ones that actually work for people starting from nothing. We're talking startup cost, realistic income, time investment, and the honest truth about what it takes to scale each one. No hype, no fluff. Let's get into it. First, I need to reframe something for you. Most people hear zero capital, and they think it means low value. Like, if you didn't invest money, the thing you're building can't be serious. That thinking is wrong, and it's actually kept a lot of people broke. Here's the truth about zero capital side hustles. The barrier to entry is low, yes, but the barrier to staying is consistency. And consistency is where 90% of people fall off. Which means if you stay, if you keep showing up when others quit, you automatically move ahead of the majority. The people making real money from zero capital businesses are not the smartest people. They're not the most talented. They are simply the ones who did not stop. Now let's talk about what those businesses actually are. The most powerful zero capital side hustles fall into three categories. 1, skill-based services. You take something you already know how to do and you offer it to people who need it done. 2, content-based income. You create content around a topic and you let that content work for you over time. 3, digital products and resale. You create or source something once and you sell it repeatedly without needing inventory. We're going to go deep on each one, and I'm going to give you the real numbers behind each one. Not the best case scenario, the realistic scenario. Let's start with skill-based services, because this is the fastest path to income when you're starting from zero. The question to ask yourself is simple. What do I already know how to do that someone else would pay to have done for them? And before you say, I don't have any skills, stop, because that's rarely true. What's true is that you haven't looked at your skills through a money lens yet. Can you write clearly? That's copywriting. That's email writing. That's content writing. Businesses pay anywhere from $50 to $500 per piece of written content. Are you organized? Do you know how to manage a schedule, respond to emails, keep things running smoothly? That's a virtual assistant. VA work pays between $15 and $50 an hour. And the demand right now is enormous because small business owners are drowning in admin work. Do you know how to use Canva? Because you do. You just told me. Graphic design for small businesses, social media content creation, flyer design. People charge $300 to $1,000 a month managing one client's social media visuals alone. Are you good at research? Content research, product research, competitor analysis? Businesses pay for this too. Here's the key. You don't need to be an expert. You need to be 10 steps ahead of the person who needs your help. That's it. Where do you find clients? Start with Fiverr. Start with Upwork. Start by telling people in your network what you're offering. Your first client is almost never a stranger. It's someone who already knows you. The mistake people make is waiting until they feel ready or qualified enough. Nobody is going to hand you a certificate that says you're ready. You start, you learn, you get better, you charge more. That's the system.
Now, content-based income is the one that most people sleep on because it takes longer to see results. But it is, and I want you to hear this clearly, the most powerful long-term zero capital income stream available to regular people today. Here's what content-based income means in real terms. You create videos, blog posts, social media content, or a podcast around a topic you understand. You build an audience, and then that audience becomes income through ads, affiliate links, sponsorships, and digital products. YouTube alone, a channel in the personal finance or side hustle space, can generate anywhere from $2 to $15 per 1,000 views in ad revenue once you're monetized. That might not sound like much, but a video that gets 100,000 views can make anywhere from $200 to $1,500. And that video keeps getting views for years. The channel you're watching right now, Wealth Decoded, is built on this exact model. But here's what I need you to understand about content income. It is not fast. The first 3 to 6 months, you might feel like you're talking to nobody, like you're creating into a void. That phase is not failure. That phase is foundation. Every piece of content you create is a digital asset. It lives on the internet. It works for you while you sleep, while you're cooking, while you're doing everything else. The creator who makes it through that first 6 months of silence is the one who builds something real. The ones who quit in month 3, wondering why they don't have 10,000 subscribers yet, they miss it entirely. This is a long game, but it's one of the only games where a regular person with no money can build a real income stream from their bedroom. The tools you need? A phone, Canva, a free video editor, and internet connection. That's it.
I want to stop here for a second and say something that might be uncomfortable. A lot of women, especially women who are at home, women who don't have their own income right now, carry a quiet kind of financial shame that nobody talks about. The feeling of depending on someone else for money. The feeling of wanting to contribute, wanting to build something, but not knowing where to start. The feeling of watching time pass and wondering if it's too late. I need you to hear this. It is not too late, and your situation is not a reflection of your intelligence or your worth. Here's what's actually happening. Nobody taught us this. Financial literacy, how money works, how to build income, how to think about wealth, was not in the school curriculum. It wasn't dinner table conversation for most families, and the people who did figure it out often kept it to themselves. So most women enter adulthood knowing how to work for money, but not how to make money work for them. And there is a massive difference between those two things. Working for money means trading your time for a paycheck that stops the moment you stop working. Making money work for you means building systems, content, skills, products, investments that generate income beyond your direct hours. Every side hustle we've talked about today is a step toward the second category. Not all at once, not overnight, but step by step, with consistency and the right information, it is absolutely possible to go from zero income to financial independence. I've seen it happen, and it starts with exactly what you're doing right now, getting the information and deciding to take it seriously.
Let's talk about digital products, because this one blows people's minds when they actually understand it. A digital product is anything you create once in digital form and sell repeatedly with no inventory, no shipping, no overhead. Once it's made, every sale is almost pure profit. What counts as a digital product? Templates, ebooks, planners, guides, checklists, Canva templates, budget spreadsheets, resume templates, social media caption packs. Here's a real example. Someone creates a budget planner on Canva, turns it into a PDF, puts it on Etsy or Gumroad for $9. If that product sells 10 times a day, that's $90 a day, $2,700 a month from something they made once. Now, not every product does those numbers. Most start slower. But the point is the model. You do the work once, the product lives online, it sells while you're doing other things. The best part for someone just starting out, you can create your first digital product this week, today even. Using Canva, which you already have, you can design a financial tracker, a side hustle planner, a budgeting guide, something useful, something your audience actually needs. The zero capital business model does not get more elegant than this.
So let's come back to where we started. You've been telling yourself, next month. Next month when things are more stable. Next month when you have more time, more money, more confidence. Here's what I want to leave you with. The people who built income from nothing did not wait for the perfect conditions. They started in the middle of imperfect circumstances, with limited time, limited resources, and zero guarantee it would work. What they had was information and a decision to act on it. Skill-based services can make you money this week if you move right now. Content creation starts building your future the moment you post your first video. Digital products can generate passive income from something you create once. None of these require startup capital. All of them require something harder: consistency, patience, and the willingness to look foolish before you look successful. Money is not random. It follows systems. It follows people who understand those systems and show up for them repeatedly. You now understand the system. The only question left is, what are you going to do with that? If this broke something down for you today, subscribe to Wealth Decoded, because every week we go deeper into the real mechanics of money, side hustles, and building wealth from where you actually are. I'll see you in the next one.